Okay, so we are going to be on page P12 in the book today. Most of you already have your notes out and you're ready to get started. I do want to talk about a few things before we start on the math lesson. Posters are due Thursday. Posters are due Thursday. Now, starting this week and each week moving forward, you will get a grade on your topics learned in ALEX. So ALEX starts this week. You will get a weekly quiz grade based on topics learned. There's a rubric for how many points you get based on topics learned under the resources tab on our webpage. And if you have any questions about it after the notes today, come ask me and I'll be glad to clear that up for you. So that's going to be on your own. All right. That's work that you need to do on your own. You can do it during class, once you finish your assignment or once you're done with the notes. But that's your responsibility each week to keep up with your ALEX work. This week, our quiz is going to be on Thursday. Which means we'll do our study guide on Wednesday. And what we're going to do on Friday, I've been told, Friday is your picture day. I guess they're doing it in your math classes this year. So what we'll do on Friday is you'll come to class, you'll have the period to work in the ALEX app, but keep in mind we're going to get called out to go get our pictures taken and then we're going to come back. So it's going to be a little bit of a broken up period. And Fridays are shorter. They're 37 minutes. So you will have some time at the end of the week to go on ALEX and get some work done. But again, don't wait till Friday to get some ALEX topics learned, because if something happens and you're absent and you didn't get any topics learned all week, it's gonna hurt your grade. So you're gonna have a couple of electronic assignments this week. You're gonna have a study guide that we'll do together. You're gonna take a quiz, and you're gonna get a quiz grade for the work or the topics that you learn on ALEX. All right. Your quiz on Friday or on Thursday will be on any material that we've covered in here through tomorrow. So back to page P12 today. We're going to be solving more equations. And I've got about 9 examples for you. So we're going to start off with variables on each side of the equation. So we got 5x minus 1 equal to x plus 15. All right, when you've got variables on both sides of the equal sign, I like to use the rule of moving the variable with the smallest number in front of it. Meaning we're trying to get all the variables on one side of the equal sign and all the numbers on the other side. So the 1 in front of this x is smaller than the 5. So if we subtract x from each side, we get 4x minus 1 equal to 15. And now we're going to get the numbers on the right-hand side. So we're going to add 1 to each side. And the 4x falls down, and it's equal to 16. And then if we divide each side by 4, then our x is equal to 4. And then if you take your solution, you plug it back in where the x's are, and the sides are equal to each other, then your solution is correct. All right, 5 up here. If we go 5 times 4 minus 1, that's 20 minus 1. That's 19. Is that equal to 4 plus 15? Yes. 4 plus 15 is 19. So this works. All right, this solution is correct. When you're solving for variables, there's really no reason to get one wrong because you can always take the solution and substitute it back into the original equation and check it. Let's take a 3 plus 5q, and it's equal to 9 plus 4q. So here the 4 is smaller than the 5, so I'm going to subtract 4q from each side. And 3 is equal to 3 plus q is equal to 9. And then we can subtract 3 from each side. Q is equal to 6. Let's take a look at 3n minus 5 equal to 7n plus 11. All right, so here the 3 is less than the 7. The smaller number in front of the variable is the one I like to move. So if I subtract 3n from each side, then these cancel out. The negative 5 falls down. 7n minus 3n is 4n plus 11. Now we can subtract 11 from each side. Negative 5 minus 11 is negative 16, is equal to 4n. And then divide both sides by 4. And negative 16 divided by 4 is negative 4, and it's equal to n. All right, and the second type of problems that you'll see today will look something like, here we've got a divided by 4 plus 2 equal to negative 1. All right, so we've only got a variable on one side. So we're going to isolate the variable first, and we'll do that by subtracting 2 from each side. So the a over 4 falls down. The positive 2 and the negative 2 cancel out. And negative 1 minus 2 is negative 3. The a is being divided by 4, and the inverse operation of dividing by 4 is to multiply by 4. So we multiply both sides of the equation by 4. On the left-hand side, the 4's cancel out. The a falls down. And negative 3 times 4 is negative 12. Yep, negative 12. X over 4. Minus 8 equal to 10. Again, we're going to isolate the variable. We got our x divided by 4 minus 8, so we're going to add 8 to each side. The x over 4 falls down. The negative 8 plus 8 cancels out. And 10 plus 8 is 18. Again, the inverse operation of dividing by 4 is to multiply by 4. The 4's on the left cancel. And x is equal to 18 times 4. Is that 72? 72. Look at 3n minus 4 equal to 11. Here we're going to add 4 to each side. The 3n falls down. The negative 4 plus 4 cancels. And 11 plus 4 is 15. Gonna divide both sides by 3. The 3's on the left will now cancel. And our n is equal to 5. Let's take a look at negative 5 plus 3c. Equal to negative 14. All right, so we're trying to isolate this positive 3c. So we are going to add 5 to each side. The negative 5 plus 5, that cancels out. The positive 3c falls down. And negative 14 plus 5. Negative 9. Next step is to divide both sides by 3. On the left-hand side, the 3's cancel out. And c is equal to negative 9 divided by 3. Negative 3. All right, last example. 2/9 x minus 4 equal to 2/3. hopefully you've got calculators, or hopefully you found the calculator in the computer. All right? Because in this case, we're going to add 4 to each side. On the left-hand side, the 2/9 x falls down. -4 plus 4 cancels out. The equal sign falls down. And now we have to take 2/3 and add 4 to it. So in the calculator, if you push 2 fraction button 3 and then just plus 4, I get 4 and 2/3. And then I'm going to multiply by the reciprocal. So times 9/2 and times 9/2. Now, one thing about using calculators in multi-step equations, don't ever clear your screen until you have to. Because I've got the 4 2/3 sitting on my screen right now. The 9/2 times 2/9, this cancels out. My x falls down and my equal sign falls down. So the only step left in this equation is to multiply the 4 2/3 times 9/2. So while the 4 2/3 is on my screen, I can just push times 9 fraction button 2 and hit equals. And your screen should say 21. All right, so does anybody have any questions on what we talked about today? What's going on this week? Or anything else? All right, then your practice problems for today. Your practice is going to be on page P12. (17 through 29). All right, once you complete that assignment, check focus for an electronic assignment, and then you can work in the Alex app.